A desolate Egyptian desert warped by capital engineering. Shifting dunes hide quicksand pits. The cornucopia lies between the towering pyramids. Yang immediately punches the mantis in the face and grabs dual scimitars. Ryuko and Toji team up, cutting down Bloater before splitting up.
Damn.
I assume Bloater's dead.
Yeah, probably. Makes sense.
Oh, I didn't even tell it to do a moderate death rate, and they're just immediately going for violence.
Yeah, good.
Yang immediately punches her. So the Ron grabs a scroll and compact knife. He disappears in the shadows. Palpatine in Kiriko's body kills V by tricking her into walking to a sand pit. Quiet and Yondu vanish without a trace. Hela slices through the tribute's hand to steal water flask. It doesn't say who. Gorilla Grodd lifts the sarcophagus and hurls it at Doomfist, knocking him unconscious.
No.
But it spares his life.
Good.
Hermione, Percy, and Naofumi form an uneasy alliance. Bo Jackson sprints in and grabs supplies under everyone's noses. And outruns a stampeding camel summoned by the arena.
I see.
Thrawn leaves a cryptic hieroglyphs etched in the pyramid walls, luring and misleading others. Tony Green and his bug scale the obsidian pyramid, setting up sniper's nest. Sheriff Armadillo shoots a would-be ambusher, Black Bolt, who's whispering a distraction. It didn't work. Mikon stumbles upon Freddy Krueger, who's become obsessed with terrifying her. She barely escapes. Of course, Freddy Krueger terrified the most anxious woman.
Yeah, true. That makes sense.
Aquaman and Poseidon argue over water control near Oasis.
Let's go.
And it ends up getting destroyed in their fight.
Damn.
Day 3, Mirage Plague. Yang sees Ruby begging her to surrender. She drops her weapons and nearly dies from a pit trap. Ryuko believes her scissor blade is talking to her. It tells her to kill Percy. Thrawn believes... Why is it doing like this? It's not doing it the proper way I would want it, but whatever. Thrawn leaves cryptic hieroglyphs. Oh, sorry. Thrawn believes his entire arena is a simulation and begins manipulating hallucinations like chess pieces, even sending false messages via hieroglyphs. Mikon sees her classmates from Danganronpa accusing her of her sins.
I see.
And she tries to hide in a tomb and sobs. Hermione sees Hogwarts burning. She begins muttering spells. Palpatine, high in his on his own visions of unlimited power, accidentally blows his cover and gets wounded by Toji. Freddy sees himself being hunted. The hunter, a giant Freddy, he screams and runs into the dunes. He's haunted by a larger version of himself.
Yeah, that's funny. That's awesome.
Bo Jackson believes he's in the back of the Raiders. He jukes the hallucination linebacker and face plants into the snake pit. He miraculously survives.
Oh shit.
Gorilla Grodd thinks he's the king of ancient Egypt. He paints his body gold and begins commanding hallucinated slaves. Tony Green thinks his bug is whispering a prophecy. He begins worshipping it. His paranoia increases. Quiet mistakes Ryuko for Skullface and takes a shot, but misses.
Whoa.
Doomfist fights imaginary Sphinx for 5 hours straight. Okay, Kevin, wait. This is a completely new chat, okay? Give you a heads up. By nightfall, hallucinations intensify. The bullet train arrives.
Oh my god. No way.
It's full of laughing mannequins. Lucas, we did one with the bullet train, and it added it at any moment it could. It forced the bullet train to fucking exist because we added it.
Yep. It does. Yeah.
The toxin fades. Sandy partially returns, but trust has eroded. People are shaken. Freddy Krueger is killed by Bo Jackson, who recovered and
What?
mistook Freddy for another vision. It turns out it was the real Freddy.
Damn.
Nikon is cornered by Quiet, who hesitates and then lets her go. Gorilla Grodd, still wearing gold paint, is crushed by collapsing temple after trying to reclaim his throne. Palpatine is ambushed and stabbed by Hermione. Alright.
Alright.
Day 5, Sand and Strategy. Hermione, Percy, and Alchemy finally split. Hermione believes Percy has been compromised by the hallucination. Percy walks off, shaking his head. Ryuko duels Toji on a pyramid ledge. It ends in a draw. Bo Jackson saves Mikon from drowning in a flooded tomb. The two form a bond called... Bo calls her Doc, and she calls him Coach. This sucks. Theron decodes the ancient
It's
Mikon
Mikon from
Samugi.
Danganronpa. From Danganronpa 2. Yeah.
Theron decodes an ancient mural revealing the train is controlled by tribute brainwaves. Oh my god. I'm gonna actually hold on, let me redo this. I'm removing the
delete
train.
the train, yeah.
Alright. Okay. Toji kills Quiet in a brutal silent melee fight after catching her off guard in the ruins. She bleeds out watching the dunes darken around her. Ryuko and Yang, now reunited, form a pact. Tony Green finally descends from his sniper perch, bug in tow, but Hermione sets his camp on fire with a fire charm. They clash. Hermione is wounded but escapes. Tony is now unstable, talking to his bug more than ever. Now from...
Yep.
I specify because this is what effectively Tony. Oh, he also was a pyrotechnic. I just remembered, but I didn't add that. I specified Tony Green is a space marine who rides a giant green bug.
Real. I love that
That's
guy.
what he is.
Yep.
Now for me and Percy ambush Doomfist at an oasis, using teamwork to overwhelm him. Doomfist refuses to beg and dies on his feet. No, that fits him. That fits him.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. True.
Okay. Palpatine's still alive. It's just not showing him up for some reason for a while.
I thought he died.
Day 6, hallucinations again. Hermione sees Harry. I don't know why I'm laughing. There's nothing funny in this statement. She sees Harry and Ron and Dumbledore trapped in a stone. It's Dumbledore trapped inside a collapsing Hogwarts. In her panic, she nearly blasts Mikon, mistaking her for Bellatrix. Mikon narrowly survives and runs sobbing into the ruins again. Yang and Ryuko, they see each other as deadly enemies. A heart-pounding fight ensues. Ryuko screams Ruby would be ashamed of you. Snapping Yang out of it, Ryuko regains clarity moments later. They collapse laughing. Thrawn, well, of course the lesbians team up. He thinks he's already won. He sits in an illusion of the capital throne room, giving orders to imaginary snow. Also, Gavin, I have something to tell you when I'm done with this.
Okay.
In reality, he's standing on the edge of a ravine. Bo Jackson finds himself, tries to save him, but Thrawn pulls away and walks straight off the cliff. Tony Green, it has a fucking soldier helmet emoji. His bug whispers of betrayal. He believes Naofumi poisoned it. He ambushes Naofumi at the catacombs entrance, managing to wound him. However, Percy intervenes and stabs Toonie through the side. His last words are, "She warned me. The bug warned me." The bug dies quietly next to him.
No. Tragic, yeah.
Now hallucinating, not from the Palpatine. Now hallucinating, not from the toxins, but his own delusions. He sees the entire arena as Mustafar and flies away. This the pyramid's a Sith temple. So he walks into one and disappears. No one sees him again. Only static is heard from the pyramid walls that night.
Wow.
Bo Jackman is unaffected. That's it.
Awesome.
What am I spelling?
That guy's dead.
Okay, there you are.
No, he
The
just
last remaining 10 tributes: Yang, Ryuko, Naofumi, who's wounded, Percy Jackson, Hermione Granger, who's wounded, Mikan Samugi, Bo Jackson, Hela, Giant Prime Mantis, and Yondu.
What happened to Aquaman and Poseidon?
I don't know. Nope, they aren't, because the last 10 are right there.
Yeah, but how did they die then?
I'm not quite sure. Because I can't look in particular, unfortunately.
Damn.
Because they just said they... Yeah, they are both injured at the Oasis. That's about it.
I see. I know his. Yeah, I don't like that one. That one's bad. That one's
Alright.
bad.
Hela ambushes Mikan and brutally
That's
kills
right.
her. Hermione, enraged, fights Hela with a fire spell and manages to blind her in one eye, forcing her to flee. Percy succumbs to exhaustion and blood loss. Naofumi, out of compassion, stays with him until the end. Giant Mantis stalks the tunnels silently, taking Yondu by surprise, impaling him through the spine. Ryuko is attacked by Hela, but Yang intervenes.
Mm-hmm.
Naofumi sacrifices himself, holding back the madness. Mantis. So Hermione and Bo can escape. The Mantis bites into him. His jaws manage to lodge into his shield. Bo Jackson slays the Mantis with using raw floors.
Whoa.
So the final four then are Yang, Ryuko, and Hermione, and Bo Jackson. Bo Jackson.
Yeah.
Massive sarcophagus in the center. The pulses light. The four pressure plates sit in each corner. They must each stand on one together. The sacrifice is not a Persian, it is your peace. Only one may leave, choose or die. After a long silent pause, they decide to speak. Hermione offers a solution. We fake it, injure someone just long enough to trick the capital. All four of us live. Bo disagrees. They won't let us cheat. Ryuko sighs. Ryuko and Yang both agree that they should just fight each other. Everyone should fight each other, which is not surprising.
Yeah, true.
The two most violent people.
Yep.
Bo Jackson lunges, not to kill, but to force the capital's hand. Yang intercepts, and the two begin brawling. Hermione throws stunning spells, trying to break it up. Yuko's blade, shaking, watches them fight, and she yells, "Stop!" That's it. Bo knocks Yang unconscious, but he is bleeding out. Hermione tries to help him, but he waves her off. One must live, not three. Yeah, Bo Jackson succumbs to his injuries and says, "Oh, all three of them win." Nope, they don't.
Right.
All right. Yang is bruised. Let's see. We return to the final three. Yang Xiaolong, Rico Matoy, Hermione Granger standing over the corpse of Bo Jackson. The sarcophagus chamber is silent. The voice returns. Incorrect. There can only be one victor. Comply or be buried with the dead. The walls begin to close in. Time is up. Hermione acts first. She casts stunning spells at Ryuko, but Ryuko deflects it with her scissor blade. Hermione ducks behind the sarcophagus pillar and shouts, "Don't do this. We can." Yang rushes, fist blazing with kinetic energy, and they clash hard. Blade versus fist. At the center of the burial chamber. They fight. The fight is brutal, exhausted, and emotional. Shitty voice lines. Hermione joins the fray, firing magical shockwaves between the two. The floor cracks and the ceiling starts to descend. Yang turns to Hermione and says she picked her side. She just didn't choose one. She shot at both of them. She knocks Hermione back, sending her sliding across the stone. Ryuko stumbles. Yang helps her up instinctively. They stare at each other. The shitty fucking cringe voice lines. Yang doesn't speak. She punches Ryuko straight in the chest, sending her flying to the wall. She doesn't get up. Hermione tries to hex Yang while her back is turned, but Yang deflects it with her gauntlet. Don't know how that works. Spell after spell is deflected and dodged until Yang smashes Hermione's wand hand. The wand shattering. Holy shit. Yang throws the final punch. Hermione falls. Yang Xiaolong wins.
Damn. Epic final fight.